Yo, what is going on, every flippin' body? It is the Dingus Trader right here, and I want to start documenting my demo trading. From now on, I'm gonna try to document gold trading as frequently as I can. It's probably not gonna be every day because I'm extremely busy in college, but if y'all probably don't know this because I didn't really talk about it, but recently I have begun a $5,000 demo account, and this is only mainly going to be trading gold. I don't really plan on trading anything else except for gold. It's always best to focus on honing your skill, your experience in just one market, and you specialize that for the rest of your trading. Probably, you could expand in the future, but it's probably best to just hone in your skill on one market for as long as possible until you're finally really good at it before you start expanding, because otherwise you're going to start mixing up all your knowledge and experience and everything. So that's what I've decided to do here, and the reason I put in $5,000 for this demo account is because I have a plan in the future when I'm finally confident trading $5,000 of my own money. I want to make sure I can hit a profit target of at least 1% of my account every single day, daily. So it will rack up to about 20% a month, because 1 month there's only like 22 days, 22 open trading days, because excluding the weekends, because markets don't move on the weekends. So about 22 days to trade every month. So 1% a day, that puts me at 22% a month, but I'm rounding it down to 20%, just in case, there's I do not actually make it to 22%. So 20% sounds like a good target, right? 20% a month, and every month after I've gotten that 20%, I will compound all the profits. So 20% of $5,000, that will be $1,000. $1,000 plus $5,000 is $6,000. So the next month I will make another 20% with that total amount, $6,000. So $6,000 times 20%, that is about $1,000. That's $1,200. So every month the profits will compound. It will keep increasing, and it will actually compound in a pretty incredible rate if I continue at it. But the risk is, the problem is, I'll be risking the entire account, because you got to put the entire account. You can't really touch the money while you're trading. So yeah, if I blow my account, there's a risk of blowing the account and losing all that money. So yeah, and that's the only issue with it. But 1%, targeting 1% a day is actually really, it's pretty low risk. 1% on a $5,000 account, like you could take multiple trades a day to hit that 1%. So it's really not really high risk at all. So that's what I really want to hone in right now. I want to really hone in that risk management skill. I don't want to go into crazy drawdown like this trade right here. I was buying on a downtrend, and I had to layer all the way at the very bottom down here. At this point, I was in like $100 worth of drawdown or something. I don't even remember. So I managed to break even at this point. But $100 worth of drawdown, that's like 2% of drawdown on the $5,000 account. So it's not ideal. If it goes any lower, it would start getting pretty scary to getting close to blowing the account. So that I don't want to do, I want to avoid shit like this, all right, And on a $5,000 account, it's going to be pretty difficult to blow the account at any point of the markets. Like, there's usually pullbacks and rejections all over the place, especially on a market like gold. And if you have low enough leverage, you don't buy like one lot on a $5,000 account, there's gonna be no way, there's pretty much zero chance you blow your account if you manage to layer and take every break-even opportunity when it presents itself. You don't aim for profits when you go into drawdown. You just break even when the time comes. And it would be pretty hard to blow the account, because I've been demo trading this account for about 2.5 weeks now, almost 2.5 weeks. Actually, no, 1.5 week. Like, just rounded to 2 weeks. I don't even remember anymore. So 2 weeks of trading, and I never really got anywhere close to blowing the account. I only got the max drawdown ever was like $300 worth of drawdown, I think, or 200. So it's still pretty absurd levels of drawdown, which is absolutely not ideal, but at least it doesn't get too close to blowing the account. So, slowly my risk management skills have been slowly improving, and today is finally the day where I would say my risk management has been pretty ideal. All right, so let me just go through some of these trades. That's the whole meat of my documentation videos. I want to keep videos like these short from now on. I'm only explaining a lot today because I've got a lot to, I got to introduce an introduction to my new demo trading series, documentation series, which I'll be doing pretty often, hopefully. So yeah, this is the first trade of the day. I took sells here because on the 1 hour, I remember, there was a 1 hour fair value gap. Okay, let's go to TradingView because this will be very easy to look at. So let's remove all the drawings. On the 1 hour chart, which we are at right now, I saw a fair value gap pretty nicely packed up here. And price was like around here. It was like, it was morning. Yeah, I literally woke up in the morning. I was in college and I was seeing price slowly going up to my fair value gap zone. So it was like over here when I arrived in class. And halfway through during class, I noticed price. I had alerts set up, so it hit my zone and I started layering. And my layering zone was pretty much this entire zone. I'll probably layer all the way up here because there's an order block on top as well. So that's exactly what I did. Normally when I place trades like this, I would have layers. So if we go on a 1 minute chart, yeah, I had 3 layers activated. Usually I put limit orders, so I had three sell limits activated. In total, there was like, I do like sort of a martingale. Actually, not a martingale. I do a multiplier layer technique where each layer will be slightly more than the last. So, but I'm doing on 0.1 micro lot layer. So it's pretty low risk. It's not a lot, but on gold, it's pretty, the profits and drawdown you could get to with just a 1 micro lot trade is already, it's pretty significant already. So just a couple micro lots it's pretty big on gold, I would say. So for a $5,000 account, it's kind of optimal. So yeah, 3 layers. I think I had like 4 or 5 micro lots active, triggered, and then price dropped, and then I'm trying to remember what. Okay, yeah, the reason why I took profits right here is because there was a, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it, but usually I see things like this and I think price would just reject off of this zone, which it did. So yeah, it did exactly that. I'm focusing on this area right now. So price, this is where I sold and this is where I took profits. So that was a perfect trade. I didn't even get into any drawdown, which is amazing. So that's a massive W, honestly. That was like, that is a positive risk to reward ratio trade. Didn't go into terrible drawdown. And yeah, and then we looked for the next one. Now the next trade, there was another fair value gap, if I remember correctly, or was it an order block on the 1 hour chart? Okay, it was kind of a fair value gap, but it's mostly an order block right here. So this was the next trade I was looking to take. However, I was on the way home in the LRT station, on the train station, and then I missed it. It started rejecting up already. Like, it's not a good entry point anymore, and I would have taken profits all the way up here. And I completely missed that trade, so, whatever, no regrets, at least, we didn't lose any money, but it's just unfortunate that I didn't get to take that trade, so whatever. Today was a pretty good trading day, but I missed, like, one of the best trading opportunities. It's fine. So I looked for the next trade, and the next trade was, okay, so this was the next trade. It was an order block. I noticed there's an order block on the 1 hour again, I believe, but this time it's above the previous high. Yes. So this order block, it didn't exactly get respected. However, as you can see, price did like swipe through a little bit before it just slowly rejected down. So there's sometimes things like this happen. You can't exactly predict the markets 100% of the time, but I knew because like this zone can be drawn a bit bigger because there was price action before it, like all of these wicks right here. So I believed there was to be there will be a rejection at some point. So that's why I still took this trade. It wasn't exactly the best trade to take because, there was some liquidity taken out over here, and the price probably wants to seek even more liquidity before it rejects downwards. So yeah, it wasn't the best trade in the world to take, but it's getting late already. It was like evening to nighttime, so I wanted to go into a trade. Didn't want to miss anything. And if price did continue pushing higher, then I would have needed a layer in this fair value gap right here. There's a pretty big fair value gap, and price is most likely should reject as it goes higher here. So overall, taking sells in this, the risk structure here isn't the best, but it is decent enough that I would take it on a live account. So yeah, I took it on live. I took it on the demo account, and price, I did go into pretty decent drawdown. I think I did go into like $50 worth of drawdown or something. I did layer pretty heavily on this trade for some reason. I don't really quite remember why, but it's because I saw this consolidation. That's why. Yeah, this 1 minute consolidation right here. I thought it was gonna be a perfect, momentum sweep up, momentum slows down, momentum starts reversing, and then a drop. That was what I was anticipating. However, that didn't happen because obviously not everything goes your way. The markets will go its own way. It doesn't care about you. It only cares about itself. So you just gotta trade it with the market. So yeah, it continued pushing up, and then I layered even more, and I would have layered up here, and I would have made like a decent profit, like I don't know, probably a couple dollars worth of profit, but I didn't because I was anticipating that there was pretty decent momentum flowing up, and I thought it would probably like hit the fair value gap on top, the liquidity on top, and then I would layer again. But that didn't happen. I was just trying to manage risk. I didn't want to layer too many times, otherwise the drawdown would get crazy again. So at least I did manage to manage my risk just a little bit. But yeah, $50 drawdown, and then I break even instantly because I learned my lesson in the past. Don't hold your trades way too long. Gold can go kind of crazy. All right, so I just don't want to get entrapped into any positions again. So yeah, whatever. Look for the next trade. So the next two trades was New York session, and these are just pretty fast trades, and I'm just really happy how they turned out. And these two trades right here are just, oh my gosh, they're the best trades I've ever taken. Holy crap. So I took this trade, the first trade right here. I'm talking about this one. This trade was taken because I was seeing a descending triangle pattern, and on the higher time frames, things were just aligning. I don't want to explain too much in detail anymore because I'm dragging the video pretty long, and I gotta sleep soon. You can see it's 10:59 p.m. right now, and I got college tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, things just lined up. I was pretty positive price was gonna break it downwards. There was this really bearish momentum. There was a pretty considerable, significant tug of war though. So there was a risk, but seeing the bearish rejections just getting stronger and stronger and slowly pushing to the downside, like over here, and then we got more here and then more here. I was just convinced, it should go down even more. So I placed sells, I layered even more, layered about 5 micro lots, and then had a perfect take profit. Now the reason I took profit here was that I was suspecting there's a fair value gap, 5-minute fair value gap here. Yeah, there's a fair value gap here. So price is pretty sure to reject more usually when there's fair value gaps. Even if it does want to continue downwards, there's a chance that it won't. So I just take profits early. I was in like $10, $13 worth of profits. I was satisfied, so I just closed. And that was amazing because instant rejection, and then go for the next trade. I could sell even more because I knew price, there's bearish momentum. There's like a mini order block here. There's more liquidity being taken out. So another perfect sell opportunity. And then I see it's taking out even more liquidity on the 15-minute fair value gap. Yeah, there was this fair value gap had even more room to go to fill downwards. So I knew I had to take profits again early. I couldn't hold it for that long. And then it happens to, I take profits just slightly earlier than where it actually rejected. So it wasn't perfect, but it's pretty damn close, honestly. It's one of the best. It's still a pretty nice take profit. And that honed me into the 1% profit target of the day. So in total, 4 trades, 3 of them are profitable trades. 1 of them is break even with a decent drawdown. But in the end, 1% profit target hit. So yeah, I think I managed risk pretty decently today. Like I'm slowly like getting how gold moves, how gold rejects off of zones, how gold behaves. I'm starting to really familiarize myself with the price action I'm seeing on gold. So I'm really happy how I've been trading gold for probably a month now, and I'm really, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with my progress, my trading growth. Really looking forward to continue this demo account. Honestly, if I can reach a 2x on this demo account, which is currently it's sitting at $5,000. Actually, no. I started with $5,000. In total, there's $678 worth of profits right now in just 2 weeks' time. So that is pretty great profits. We're on a really good track to hitting 20% by the end of the month, probably even 30%. Definitely more than 20%. If we extrapolate the data right now, we're already past 10% worth of profits in less than 2 weeks. So less than halfway of the month, and we're already more than halfway to the profit target of the month. So really great sign. And yeah, man, I don't know what else to say anymore. I pretty much gone through everything. Oh yeah, one last thing I just want to mention. There's an upcoming trading opportunity here, and I'm really excited to take this trade right here. Which, I'm probably not gonna show this trade happening. It's probably gonna happen while I'm asleep, because I'm gonna be sleeping soon, and price is still nowhere close to the price to the this zone. So hopefully I can take it tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, the reason why I'm so excited for this trade, this is probably the best trading setup of today. But we probably won't get to trade it today because I don't know, man. Hopefully I get to take this trade. I might just set buy limits and stuff here. But yeah, why I think it's so good, first of all, there's a 1 hour fair value gap here, and it is coupled with an order block here. So a demand zone, an order block, and a 1 hour fair value gap. All of these 3 things are aligned right now. One more thing that's aligned right now is the 4-hour chart. On the daily chart, first of all, on the daily chart, gold has rallied quite a bit. It has rallied a lot. Very bullish on gold. Yeah, I mean, gold's price action is always bullish. So gold has already seen a significant correction, as you can see here. And usually what goes down, usually there's like, if you pull out a Fibonacci retracement tool right now, like I don't use this things that often anymore, but it's still very, very relevant. It retraced downwards all the way past the 50% level. And now it's very likely to continue upwards temporarily. In the short term side of things, it's pretty much guaranteed to go upwards at this point for how much it dumped in the past couple of days. So yeah, it's pretty much the local bottom right now. We're seeing some support being formed here, and now we got an order block and a 1 hour fair value gap. All these things are just aligning right now. The stars are literally aligned. This is probably a very high probability setup that I'm really looking forward to take. If I can take it, that'll be amazing. Honestly, I could set buy limits right now if I want to. Probably that would be a smart idea. So let's go on a 1 hour chart. Buy limits. Yeah, bro, let's just set it earlier, man. Like, for how bullish gold is, you really don't know when it might just start rejecting. So, we'll just place buy limits here. I might just wake up tomorrow and see all my trades in massive drawdown, but that's very unlikely from what I've observed in gold. There's just no shot that this thing's not going to reject after touching the zone, I don't think. So yeah, I'm going to put All these are 1 micro lots, and then the bottom positions are all going to be 2 micro lots. So in total, looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 micro lots. We could make it even, I don't know, like, you know, it could even go lower if it wants to. So let's prepare for that, right? Okay, this is all I'm setting. I don't want to set too much in case it can get pretty risky, you know, if everything gets blown through. We don't want to be fully trusting on, you know, our analysis too, because, you know, not everything happens in your favor. Like I said, the markets move on its own. It doesn't care where you think you want it to go. It just goes wherever it wants to go. So yeah, we don't put a 1 lot buy limit there, otherwise our account's gonna get blown. But I'm confident enough to risk this much on this trade, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is a 1 mini lot trade, it looks like. Yeah, it's more than a 1 mini lot, so we might just wake up to insane profits tomorrow. You know, I think even though profit target is 1% every day, if there's really good setups, like I really wouldn't hesitate to risk even more for more profits, honestly. I just trade whatever the market provides. I don't trade like a rock solid approach, all right? So yeah, I think I've rambled too much. You know, I don't think anyone's gonna want to watch a video that's like a billion years long. So I'm just gonna end the video here. Gotta sleep now, and yeah, I might just do an update video on how this trade goes out if it does. But we'll see. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.